I think the show has lost the plot. I think we've lost the true intent of the show. I think we've gone so far down the beaten path that, or the unbeaten path with this show, that not only is it not making sense, but I don't even know if it's like truly, truly entertaining anymore. We're not really seeing like these couples connect or like really even be excited about connecting. We have Brandon and Sienna who clearly don't like each other. We have Jody and Aaron who clearly don't like each other, or she doesn't like him. We have Diamond and Aaron H that for whatever reason feel as if they are just the couple and they're going around counseling everybody. We have Greg and Millie that kind of feel like they are that couple as well and are going around, interjecting how they feel about us. Like, I don't understand why everybody is so worried about everybody else. Worry about your couple. Worry about the person that you never ever met. Why do you care about the other never ever mets? Season 1, episode 3. If you haven't already, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. I would love to get to 25,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying the content. Thumbs up the video. If you don't do anything else, thumbs up the video. That lets the good folks down at the Google and the YouTube know, hey, Tammy's all right. All right. And then leave your comments down below because there's always, always, always a lot to talk about with this show. So the show picks up where Aaron H and Diamond are talking to Sienna and Brandon. So remember Sienna and Brandon, last week they had the whole blow up where she called him out his name, called him a B, said that, he doesn't truly believe in or respect marriage because he didn't stay married at 20. A lot went on. She doesn't want to move to Florida anymore. Like it was too much. It was too much. But what we can gather, Sienna does not like this man. And I think instead of her just acknowledging that, she's going to try to gaslight him and try to tear him down and try to belittle him. And he's just not man enough to walk away. So Aaron H and Diamond feel the need to want to counsel them, which is odd because wasn't he going to propose to somebody else in the midst of y'all situation? But hey, by all means, counsel away. So Brandon wants to establish communication with Sienna. They don't communicate well. They're missing each other when they're talking. Sienna does not think that they need help with communication. Yes, you do, sis. I don't know why you would think that y'all don't. But she doesn't think that they need help communicating. Her point is she does not want him talking to any other women because she does not know if they're gonna like try to fill his head with whatever and infiltrate their relationship. That's a trust issue. That means that you just don't trust him, Sienna, because you two were talking to another guy in the house while Brandon was talking to Millie, who had your back in that conversation. You were talking to Greg. So I guess I don't understand what the difference is. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can go talk to Greg, why can't he talk to Millie? Sienna said that Brandon was laughing at her when she was being vulnerable. Brandon said that he laughs a lot in general. He has nervous laughter. I'm a person, I get nervous laughter as well, constantly. It happens. Like, I don't remember him laughing at her though. That's not an episode that I wanted to go back and watch. So, okay. She's like, okay, well, you have a nervous laughter. I have a flair for being dramatic. A flair, or do you want the attention that comes with you being dramatic? There's a difference. She thinks that those two things are comparable. I personally do not. Maybe you guys think that they balance out. Do y'all think that evens out? She's dramatic because she's dramatic, and he has nervous laughter, so that's okay. But she does apologize for calling him a Bia. Okay. Do I think that she means it? I don't. I do not think that she meant that apology whatsoever. Greg and Millie are talking to Josh and Shay, And they all agree that Brandon and Sienna don't like each other and don't really have chemistry. I don't know why Brandon and Sienna is topic of conversation. Greg and Millie, y'all really need to be talking about y'all situation. Josh and Shay, y'all are good, but there's more things that y'all can talk about. Lest we not forget, this man had a baby on you during your 12-year virtual relationship. So Brandon and Sienna make steak frites for everyone for dinner. They made well done steak. The way I would have been like, thank you for dinner, but sheesh, well done steaks. I want y'all to want more for your palates. Me, myself, personally, I am a medium rare. Now, I understand not everybody wants medium rare. It's not blood on the plates, y'all. It's before somebody says, I don't want blood in my... It's not blood. It's not blood. But a well done steak, but the presentation was stellar. They cooked for everyone, so good on them. Diamond decides to ruin dinner by playing this game with like the equivalent of remember the high school superlatives, best smile, most athletic, that type of stuff. They want to do that and everybody's going to vote. So for which couple is the most dramatic, we get Brandon and Sienna as the winner. Which couples need therapy, we get Brandon and Sienna. Aaron H said Jody and the other Aaron. He said because he does not see them spend time together. Jody pipes up because she like, I don't want to say she's aggressive because I don't think she's aggressive, but I feel like she's very passionate when she speaks. And she gets real raw real quick. Well, y'all are always in each other's faces and I don't think we need to do that. No, you don't feel the need to do that because you don't like him. It's not a matter of you don't feel like y'all need to do that because y'all have such a strong connection. You don't like him. You don't like him, so you don't want to be around him. But we don't see you spending time with him. And I guess I'm more curious about where that disconnect went because she seemed excited to meet him. Were you that mad that he couldn't open, the wine bottle? He didn't know how to use the corkscrew? Are you mad that he messed up a couple dance? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand, like, the vitriol that she has for him. It's kind of weird. They vote on which couple is most romantic, and everybody agrees Josh and Shay. During this, Jody votes Chris and Sandia. A girl, what? How? She's like, yeah, because I think Chris is just a hopeless romantic. And he tells her, well, I think you're my favorite person in the house. Now, this is Chris and Jody. JoAnna talking. Sandia is just sitting there being disrespected because, girl, stand up. Stand up. This man does not want you. This man does not like you. A lot of y'all came on this show for the opportunity just to be on TV. Sienna thinks that Chris and Jody are kind of flirting, and she thinks it's this, or was that Millie? I think it was Millie. Thinks that Chris and Jody are flirting, and she thinks that it's just disrespectful. It is. It's a little disrespectful. Cindy is visibly upset about it. She feels a way about it. She's bothered by it, but Chris just, pays her does. You good? All right, cool. We then vote on who we think needs the intimacy suite the most, and people say Chris and Millie. Least compatible, Brandon and Sienna. Argues the most, Brandon and Sienna. Most toxic, Brandon and Sienna. So personally, I think that Aaron and Diamond made this game to call out that, because why are all the things like so negative and like, I don't know, it was a weird game to want to play. Why wouldn't it be like first couple to get engaged, first couple to move in together? Like, why wouldn't it be that type of stuff? Once we leave the show, couple most likely to like plan a trip right away. Why is everything so negative? Like, why do y'all care if Brandon and Sienna aren't getting along? Worry about yourself. Taronda comes in to let them know that their friends and family will be starting to join them starting tomorrow, so they can come in and meet their partners, see their dynamics, etc. Brandon's best friend Matt shows up the following day, and Brandon is like, "Yeah, she done called me a bitch." And Matt was like, "I've known you since we were in third grade." Like, it takes a lot for you to get to that point. Matt feels that this was a good test for them, a good example, a good exercise. So now that they can move forward and they know each other's communication styles more, they can learn more about each other's communication styles. Brandon still feels they have a chance. And I don't know any man that would feel as hopeful as Brandon after they girl just called them a bitch really for no reason. Really for no reason. Came clear of the blue out of nowhere. Diamond and Aaron are talking to Shay and Josh. And Diamond points out that Josh had a baby on her. And again, I just kind of feel like, Diamond, you really in everybody else's businesses. I don't understand this. I don't like why do y'all think Diamond and Aaron, and it can't be because they're the oldest. Because they're the oldest people there. But why do y'all think that they are like so in everybody else's business? I think it's odd. It's a little off-putting as well. It's a little off-putting. So Josh said that it was a roommate situation and that it just happened. But he told her right away. He didn't wait the entire 9 months. Shay appreciated that. And they said that, marriage is still definitely on the table. That's the ultimate goal. He said he wasn't trying to have another baby, his 3-year-old, but it kind of just happened. He always planned that his next baby would be with Shay. I find that hard to believe. How can you say that you always thought your next baby would be with Shay when y'all were in a 12-year virtual relationship and y'all made no attempt to go see each other? Y'all didn't meet up at Coachella. Y'all didn't, plan to go to the canceled Lovers and Friends concert. Y'all didn't plan to go to, let's meet up at the Taste of Chicago. Let's meet up at Mardi Gras. Like, y'all didn't even attempt to plan to meet up. But you thought out of these... Okay. So Sienna's friend Gigi comes to the house, and Sienna tells Gigi that Brandon thinks she's overly emotional. Girl, you might be. She then tells her friend that after they had their issues, that he went and spoke to another woman about what happened. But you didn't tell your friend that you suddenly switched up on that man and told him you didn't want to move down there. You were not willing to move to Florida. You then called him a bitch. You then also accused him of not being serious about marriage or relationships. You called him a failure when it comes to relationships. You conveniently left out that part. You also left out the part when you were talking about the Kama Sutra, how there were 2 examples, 2 options, and you picked the option that was really just you sitting on him. But she tells her friend, he said he was bored, and now I think it was bored with me. So now her friend Gigi, who doesn't know Brandon, is saying, I don't even think I like him. Sienna doesn't want them to get into a cycle of breakup to make up, because that's all we do. Shout out to Rick James and Tina Marie. Fire and Desire. It's such a good song. But, I just feel like I didn't like the way that Sienna was, describing this to her friend. You're leaving out major things. You didn't tell your friend that while he was talking to Millie, you were talking to Millie's dude, too. But I guess we pan over, we see Millie and Greg are in the hot tub. And they have a little chemistry going, but she does not seem to want to kiss him. She doesn't want to get that intimate with him. But, I kind of side-eye them anyways because they live 30 minutes away from each other and have been dating for X amount of years. I think they're the 3-year couple. Y'all are both in LA. And yep, I know LA is a very big city. Spans, I think a couple 100 miles from end to end. But they are 30 minutes away from each other. 30. And y'all have not, hell, y'all could have met up at the Coachella. Y'all could have met up anywhere. And y'all have just no desire to. So I'm not shocked that she's not really trying to do anything with him. I don't think she really likes him. So Something about Millie just gives mean girl to me. I don't know what it is, but it gives mean girl. I can't quite explain it. So Millie is talking to the other. Well, for one, he leans in to kiss her. He's trying to kiss her, and she initially turns her head, so he kisses her cheek, and then their kiss was so awkward. He's trying to like kiss her deep in the kiss, and she's like continually like breaking it, like a baby bird pecking. She didn't want to like really do that with him. She's talking to the other ladies when they're in their room, and she's saying how she wants a more organic relationship. He's attractive. I know I'm attractive, but I want you to know, I want you to like me for more than my looks. But if y'all have been dating for 3 years, y'all should have had a million gazillion talks by now. Y'all should have talked by now. The only thing that y'all should be more focused on now is like seeing how the physical intimacy works, the physical attraction in person works. He should know you. You should feel that this man likes more about you than your looks at this point. Millie don't like him. And I don't know if it's because she is distracted by some of the other guys being there or what, but I don't think she likes him. I don't think she likes him in any capacity. Aaron H and Diamond go to the boom boom room, with the intimacy room, and she lets us know in her confessional that she has no. They're not going to do anything. She has decided that she wants to save herself for marriage. Not that she's. I don't think she's not a virgin, but that in this particular scenario, she wants to save herself. So she just wants to explore intimacy in other ways. And we all know that intimacy is not just sex. Okay. So, but when they're in there, they are talking about the other couples and how they think that Jody likes Chris and how Brandon and Sienna aren't working. And it's like, why do y'all need the intimacy room to talk about the other couples? Worry about yourselves. Worry about yourselves. And then we have to watch him suck her toes. And what is with Owen and the toe fetishes, the foot fetishes? We did not need to see that. Okay. When did he paint his nails? Were his nails always painted? I do not remember that man's nails being, given very much mint chocolate chip. Because, they're like a mint color and then black. Like, when did he mint chocolate chip his nails? That had to have happened there. I don't remember his nails looking like that the first episode, but okay. So then we see Sienna is talking to Shay. So they're both hanging out in their rooms. In the room, I should say. And she's still pressed about the Kama Sutra comment. So remember, Brandon said he was bored. So she's like, I've been thinking about this, and I think now, after a couple days, it was really he's saying that he's bored with me. Girl, you didn't get that. You just want to be mad about something. You want to be mad about something. So Brandon comes in, lays in the bed, and it's like, I told myself I would never come back up in here, whatever the case. So she immediately was like, well, you don't have to stay. You sure you don't want me to bore you? I don't want to bore you. And in that moment right there, he should have got up and left. You see what time she's on. Oh, I can't stand passive aggressive people like that. So Shay was like, I'm going to leave y'all to it. Boom, bang, pow. Let's go. Ooh, I skipped something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So before this scene, Chris and Jody are down in front of like a good number of people, and they're talking about how they have good chemistry as people and how they're each other's favorite person in the house. And it is given, if we were just in a big house together and everybody was fair game, we would be together. So Jody asks Aaron if he wants some of this drink that they made because she gets like a little bit or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'll take a sip of yours. No, this is the amount that I want. And no. And it's like, oh my God. So he was like, okay, cool. If you want some, get your own cup. And he's like, maybe I misunderstood. I thought you were offering me some of yours. And then she turns into being like, you're not a 6-year-old. If you want some, get some. If you don't, don't. JoAnna and Jody, I done already said I don't really see it for you. Your energy is wild. Your energy is crazy. The way that she's treating Aaron is completely unnecessary. Oh my God. But back to Brandon Sienna. So Brandon, after Shay leaves the room, Sienna is like, you embarrassed me on national TV by calling me boring, and she feels a way about it. You embarrassed him on national TV by calling him a bitch. Y'all should be even. So she then goes on to ask him what he told Millie. He was like, I didn't say you were boring. I said the pose was boring. He then said that they talked a little bit about Brandon and Millie, talked a little bit about like the relationship, whatever the case. And she's like, but what did you say? He said, well, that's private. Brandon is on TV. The cameraman was there. But okay. So Brandon says it's private. Sienna is like, it doesn't make sense for you to go talk about me to somebody else and not tell me what was said. So now she's getting all hyped up. She's getting all swollen in the chest. And he just kind of feels like, I can't talk to you right now. So now she's yelling, if you can't tell me what you said. And I said, I don't know why Brandon couldn't just tell her. I just feel because what did he tell Millie? That he feels that she like it's a bunch of little things with her that just are kind of building up. He wasn't trashing her, but he could have just told Sienna what he told Millie. But he's standing 10 toes down on this for whatever reason. So she then tells him that you can go on and get on if you're gonna be talking about me behind my back. So Brandon leaves, goes downstairs, and he's talking to Chris, who was like, my God, today, as we all were, what just happened? So Sienna is talking to Shay, and she's like, well, I don't mind him talking to Millie, that's fine, but I want to know what he said. Meanwhile, Brandon is talking to Chris, and then ultimately Shay and Josh, and he's like, I couldn't get a word in. I just like, she's yelling, she's going off on me, whatever the case. Our communication sucks. Josh is like, she's a woman, and that's just how women are gonna act. Don't put that on women. This is how Sienna is gonna act. So while they're down there talking, Sienna comes down and throws some roses at she comes down and throws some roses at Brandon's feet. And it's like, after you said that you have a flair for the dramatics, like we see it. So she throws these flowers at his feet. And everybody is like, oh. Shay is in her confessional saying that Brandon holds grudges and can't get over things. Shay. But then you're saying that Sienna is such a sweet girl and she's like, she's misunderstood or whatever the case. Why aren't these like this is why can't they do the ready to love, let's vote people off now? These are the people we should be voting off the island. I thought this was extremely chaotic for absolutely no reason. Sienna, you don't like him. You don't like him. And nobody is embarrassing you on national TV. You are embarrassing yourself to the utmost degree. Like, you're making yourself look horrendous, sis. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Hop in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys down in the comment section. Peace.